But what was interesting was that one of the branches that are there have had massive tunnel training. Now, you only see military presence above ground, and we all know DC is full of tunnels. I've been in some of them, going back and forth in the Russell Building and Congress and what have you. But that tunnel training was under a program called Castle Rock.
That's right. Out
of Alabama. Interesting. I had to say, hold the phone. What did you just say?
Exactly.
So I thought that was really, really, really interesting that he said that. So, the funny little clues tie together somehow. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what the big reveal is. And if there is, I mean, if
Hello, good day. God bless everybody. Hi. So just wanted to do some small updates on a few things. The first is, of course, a lot of people know the White House has been was dark for 10 nights. And there was a 1776 flag flying over it during that time at half-mast, which is very symbolic. But additionally, people are wondering, why is it dark? Maybe because nobody's home. But also, and then Mustang Medic did videos of showing many tour buses of different companies showing up with tinted windows, which is kind of normal for tour buses. But he was like, why tour buses? And they did look like some National Guard got off replacing, but then they waited a while. They didn't just take off. And he goes, what's going on? I can't see because the tour buses, I don't know what's going on. Or they put people on or what? And on the last day, the 10th night, when the lights were out, just as they're apparently finishing up what they're doing, the lights came on the front, like the front porch, so to speak, but it was a very low, one of those kind of amber pink lights. So it was very low lighting. And you could see two of these big special forces guys. I know they're big, but the people coming out were not up all the way up even to mid-thigh. To me, it looked like hundreds of kids coming out. So, and I had one vet on that. I usually go by 3, so this is just something that could be a possibility of what's going on. That there's dumb tunnels underneath the Congress and the White House. And remember back where Obama had these $16,000 pizza hot dog parties. Of course, we know what the FBI says that means in their head stuff website. And so we didn't see many trucks delivering $16,000 of pizzas and hot dogs, so or children. So they couldn't, if that is the case, they were just down there the whole time. Then, in other words, they can't take those out during Trump's term, because then the mainstream media would go, oh my goodness, look, Trump has all kinds of kids down there. So now that he's not in there, they can take the children out, and the mainstream media has the option of either saying nothing, which looks like what they're doing, or say that Biden rescued them. Probably not likely. So it just looks like what's going on now is that, to me, it looks highly likely that that's the case, that they're rescuing all these children that have been down there, and they're generational. They're generations to where they can't stand the light of day or even bright street lights. So they're taking them out with the lights all off and putting them in buses with, make sure they have tinted windows, because they can't stand the light because they've been down there for, just generations.
I feel that why they are delaying is because of the domes under DC, that what was there made what was in Australia look like a picnic, that they had no idea the level and the depravity and the disgusting, terrible evil and filth that was there, and how filthy what they were doing there was, and how bad and how far it had gone. And so because of what they found, once they were able to get in and clean that out, once nobody's home, and they can go into the house and you can do a deep cleaning, and they did that 10 days of darkness, and they got the kids out of there and the people that were there, and the arrests that were the police cars showing up weren't for the government personnel. It was for the people administrating the domes down there.
Oh, wow.
yeah, the congressmen, senators, the bye Dan type stuff. That was already a helo op with Ospreys and the big stuff coming in for the big people. Those were taken to Camp Century and are now, from what I'm being told, actually on the moon, that new facility on the moon with the transparent aluminum so they get a good view. Because like Quebec had said, 16+1, that it's not safe for them to walk down the street once this comes out. We would have mobs going after them when they show what's actually gone on, like in those domes down there, as well as all over the world in Australia. And the Hague, however you pronounce that, was bad, but it's nothing compared to what I'm being told with DC. They got who they could rescue out of there, who's alive. And so the they have the Marines that go down there and special forces have to get counseling after this. It was so bad. The amount of body bags of just body parts and things with roaches and rats and just the only thing is they can do is just burn it up after they cleaned that all out. Now with what they could is just burn it, do the dustification stuff, go in there, blow it up. There was explosions last night where they're blowing stuff up. And I really think they should.
Even Candace Owens posted she heard a big explosion in DC last night, and it shook her house. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, they're blowing it up, and I really think that what DC needs to be a foreign country. We can just take that over when it's done and cleaned up, take everything down and flood it from the Potomac and turn it back into a bird refuge for water birds like it was before Europeans came over here, because it's so disgusting and so decrepit, and with all these parties that the previous presidents before Trump with $16,000 for pizza and hot dog parties. We all know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't see $16,000 of anything being shipped in there. They were down under there. They're just paying the cabal for the privilege to use what they had stored down there under Congress, under Senate, under the Supreme Court, everything under there. It's just beyond. I mean, there's no real words to say. So that's why I see it being delayed now and removing the assets. And then the other assets have already been removed. Watching a video, they had a movie and they had the set. Actually, it's becoming ridiculous. And I have people say, no, he's actually not, it's not him being left-handed, that they reversed the image. And I go, yeah, but the parking lot and the stuff is, if they reverse the image, then that would be reversed too. But that's not reversed. So no, that's not the case. Oh, the lighting on the executors are blank. It's just low lighting. And so they're showing, yeah, they found out, we realized it was blanks. And then they do that and show you, oh, no, it's low lighting. No, the first ones were actually blank. And he is actually the person who's playing that with the mask on. You can see the collar pushing up the mask, and sometimes at the lip area. That's actually an actor. And so we're actually in the set, they showed the set and they had the right wall on Biden's left. When you're looking at Biden on the right wall, there was a gap in the back where the wall wasn't even put in place. I mean, it's really obviously Castle Rock Productions. Of course, Quebec had that, 16+1 had that, Castle Rock and all that projected the drop on that information years ago. So we are watching that. But in other places in the world, people aren't paying attention to what's going on elsewhere. They go, where's the proof? We don't see anything. When are they doing anything? The military is doing stuff all over the world. People aren't paying attention. It is out now, blatant and obvious in Myanmar right now. Military proved again what is proved in this country, like watch Michael Lindell and all the stuff he proved twice now. And that was proven, and it went to the court systems there, like it was here. They ignored it. So their military took action, and not like subtle like here. They did it blatant. It's obvious in Myanmar. They're in martial law. They've seized control of the country because, again, Dominion, Skytel, all of the same software companies, all the names, everybody knows the names now from Michael Lindell and all of that they took 8 million votes in Myanmar out of only 60 million people and swung it to somebody else. So the military, as per they're doing here, just not as obvious. They took over the country, and that is the 80% of all the drugs in the world come from the opium, the heroin, 80% comes from Myanmar. It's the Golden Triangle. They ship it through the coast, the borders into China. They're taking out those dumps in China right now that are going in and taking that out. It's in progress right now.